It's a nice newsmaker. It's writer for The Spectator, an absolute fan favourite here on GB News. It's Alexandra Marshall. Now, thank you very much for joining me. It's the first jihadi bride to be jailed for travelling to Syria to join ISIS is rebranding herself, OK? I mean, they all need a makeover, don't they? But the Towie-obsessed British mother took to TikTok this week to share her mindset on how to be motivated for success. But should she be allowed to influence people online, considering her history? Alexandra, what do you make of this? I mean, seriously, I said it before, I'll say it again. You know, if you hear a jihadi bride going TikTok, you should probably like it.
I don't mind that she's on TikTok, but she should be on TikTok in the Syrian desert, if we're being perfectly honest. I mean, going to join a separatist terrorist state is one of those mistakes that you should never be allowed to come back from. If you read the comments, most UK citizens agree that no one should be bringing back foreign state fighters. Now, we call them ISIS brides, but that's a little bit disingenuous. These are adult women who knew what they were doing when they went and left their own country to fight against them for an organisation that committed various crimes against humanity. And to see that she's only served half her sentence is even more of an insult to the British public and all of the people who have lived and died under the terrorist regime of ISIS in the first place. And Australia had the same problem. We have all these hard-working Brits who come to our country and they get jobs and they start families, and then our government sends them packing. At the same time, they bend over backwards to repatriate these ISIS brides who are very sorry. You know, they're really, really sorry they did it now that their little terrorist organisation has fallen apart. They would never be coming home if ISIS had won the war. And that is a crucial thing to remember. And so to see someone on TikTok parading around while people died...
You know what? What kind of message does it send? I mean, first and foremost, usual fashion tips before that were a burqa and a Kalashnikov. So it's quite a change, right? But what kind of message does this send to people? You can go to another country to join a terrorist organisation whose stated objective is to take over the world, instill radical Islam and kill every single person who doesn't believe it, and have the black flag of ISIS hoisted over Downing Street, and then we'll let you come back, we'll give you a slap on the wrist, and then we'll let you go on TikTok and try and, you know, promote fashion brands to vulnerable young girls. I mean, what message does it send, really?
What it is flaunting the reality that you can go and join these groups and nothing will happen to you. If you really want to de-radicalise people, you don't spend fortunes on de-radicalisation programs in jail. You show the rest of the world that if you leave to join these organisations, your future is literally sitting in a tent in a desert behind barbed wire for the rest of your life, no matter how sorry you are. And that way, kids are far less likely to be convinced by online propaganda if they know that's their future. If they see these fashion influencers coming back from the desert and then parading around in whatever fashion brand, well, that's not exactly going to stop people from doing this in the future.
No, it's not at all. And she was the exact person we should be making an example of. Now, call me a cynic as well, right? Call me a cynic. But Shamima Begum, you know, we first saw her there in the desert, you know, saying how she doesn't really regret massively joining ISIS. All she did was join ISIS. It wasn't the end of the world. I think it was a few weeks later when she realised that was a terrible way to go about it. Some PR guru got hold of her and they went, put that lippy on, Shamima, wear some jeans and get a baseball cap on. And everyone, bit of eyeshadow, that'll do, bit of eyeshadow, yeah, OK, fine, now you look westernised. Do that. This is just a ruse, isn't it? I mean, I'm sorry, but if the caliphate started up again, they'd all be back over there.
Yeah, and let's not pretend that this is any kind of punishment and that they're sorry. They're not sorry. No. This is more of a case of being rebranded and almost convincing a new generation that it's okay to join terrorist organisations because nothing will happen to you. I mean, in the old days, this was the ultimate crime, wasn't it? I mean, if you betrayed UK to a foreign state, that was pretty much it. You were going to have some fun in the town square later on as public entertainment if you did that. And you definitely didn't come back from it. I don't know. I think the UK needs to get a little bit tougher on its moral standards, because what does this tell the rest of the public? We have to remember this is the same UK that sends police dressed in rainbows and glitters around to your door if you like the wrong tweet on Facebook, right? So the public's going, excuse me, how come a terrorist is allowed to wander around free and I'm paying massive fines for thinking a joke was funny? I mean, it doesn't fit. It's providing this incoherent.
But you know what? You know what? It'll
crime.
become cool. I'm telling you, it'll become cool. I get that some people say, and there is a case, I don't think necessarily in this one, but there is a case to be had for, sometimes these are vulnerable young people who are groomed and taken over there.
Rubbish.
I mean, Shamima Begum was predicted to do very, very well at school, by the way, and I think... she was fleeing Tower Hamlets, was she? Although, to be fair, I think I'd probably flee it if I... no, can't say that.